Okay, part 4 of modeling the dungeon scene. Let's move out of the bathroom for a little while. We'll leave that candle and let's actually head into the dungeon and do a bit of work back here. I want to make some changes to this. Before I do, I'm going to copy it just in case. And then come over here and let's take these guys. And I see that I've got 4 of them, so let's just move them down. And I think I'm going to select everything here. And I'm actually going to delete these ones and do something different here. And I am going to scale Shift Z those. Now we'll put them, go into individual origins, scale Shift Z, make them a little thinner. Okay. I'm in individual origins. And I'm just going to box select all those. E and S, come out. E and come up. Let's come back a little bit and let's scale Shift Z those a little bit bigger. And we're not going to do anything crazy here. We're just going to do something a little bit different. So come out to about there, and then we will, let's say E and S. And what else can we do? How about we go up? And let's just do this. I may not close them off, or will I? We'll think about that. I'm going to put an edge loop on each of these here. And select it. Control B. Let's just hit S. Just do something like that. Now I am going to put a subdivision surface on this. So I'm going to come in and pull an edge loop up on all of these. Possibly 2. And let's see. Let's do that to close that, top that part off. And I'm going to bring in play. Okay, so it's not there. Delete that. Let's take this and set the origin geometry. Cursor selected, and bring in a plane now. And I'm going to make this more of a rectangle. Pull that right in. Now, I think what I need is I think I want these ones a little bit higher. Let's do something like this. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to do some work on this. And I'll put an edge loop here and here. Let's get back to median point. Let's take both of these and scale Z0. Pull them down. I'm going to do another one here and here. Scale Z0. Put them to there. And I'm going to make these into bricks a little bit. I kind of regret this structure, but we'll do what we can to make it look maybe a little bit better. So I'm going to select all these. Do that again. Put a bevel in all this. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to select these faces and I'm going to delete them. And then I'm going to grab all of this and scale Z0. I'll bring the 3D cursor right there anyhow. I'm going to bring in another plane, scale in the X and in the Y, and extrude down. And what has a bevel? Let's see, what's this doing? Just that. Okay, so I'll take this and then Control L modifiers. Okay, so these look a little bit like tea lights. I hope it looks a little bit better, but I'm going to go for that. But this has to come out, I see. Okay, like that. So we're going to do that. And the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take this floor, Shift D, use it to make something else, scale in the X. I'm going to make some beams across the ceiling and coming down. Let's take this, Control L, and let's break it out. Let's scale this in the X a little bit more. And let's just imagine that this is at the ceiling or pretty close, coming across in the corner. Now what I'll do is I'll get rid of that face and that face to make sure it goes through, so I don't mind if it pokes through. Let's go back to median point. Before I go any further, I'll put a bevel because I'll copy from this. Let's try this. Shift D, rotate X 90. Okay, this piece. Scale that in the X so it looks like it fits. And take this down. I kind of want this a little bit more square. That. Now, not everything is going to be seen, but I'm going to put it in anyhow. So we'd have the start of that, and okay, let's copy this piece now, scale it in the Z. We're also going to scale that in the X, and maybe even in the Y. I'm going to just rotate this and put it something like that. That'll probably be okay. There's a chance that I would bring this stuff down, so it's a bit more visible. Okay. Maybe I'll mirror this. Set the origin to the 3D cursor. I'll just try a straightforward mirror. Okay. Let's take all this stuff and move to a collection of, I'll call it beams. Now, it looks like I'm a little off on this. Just gonna move that out a little bit. Okay. I'll look from the top. And I'm going to move one to roughly the middle of the room. And another one I would put there, even though it may not be seen. I'm just going to leave it there, I think, for now. I'm not positive. Again, I'm going to bring in a UV sphere, and I'm going to make this 16, and I'm going to make a cauldron of sorts. I'll go on the wireframe, and I am going to box select, say, all of maybe all of that stuff there. I'm going to hit E to extrude, and I'm going to come up. I'll scale in a little bit. And then we'll come up. And then we'll come up one more time. Scale out. Control 1 and shade smooth. We'll put on solidify. I'm going to go ahead and apply that. And let's look from the bottom and bring in a cylinder. Let's just go for 12 with nothing. Oh, it's way up there. Scale it down. I'm going to take these and scale them in. And let's just have to make a face and Control B with one shade smooth. It's from the bottom. And we're going to move this out a ways, and then we'll look from, say, the side, and we'll rotate that. Something like that. Let's set the origin of geometry again on this, and cursor to selected. And let's set the 3D cursor there. Let's set the origin to the 3D cursor. Shift D, rotate Z90. Shift D, rotate Z90. And rotate Z90. Let's see how that looks. Something like that. Okay. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take that circle, P to break it out, just hide that for the moment, and I'm going to, let's see how I want to do this. I think I'll grid fill it. Okay, and then I'm going to subdivide it again. And then I'm going to come over to the modifiers, and I'm going to choose Displace, New Texture, come over to the Textures, and I'm going to choose just Clouds. And I'm going to reduce the size like this. I'll put that back on. And I'll use that to sort of create like a lava effect. Bubbling cauldron. I'll put like a lava material on that. Okay, let's bring in a torus. And I'm going to make this 12 and 6. I'm going to go for that. This longer, so I'm going to delete those. Shift D, rotate Z 180. Seem to have lost my screencast keys, so bring those back. Let's try Control. No, not yet. There we go. Control E, bridge edge loops. It a little bit thicker. Well, that's the general idea. Anyhow, so those will be there. 3D cursor. And we'll try you again. And there we go. Make sure you set scale. Sometimes these modifiers don't work well unless you do that. So look okay. Okay, so we've done a little bit of work. We did the bars. And I just think, as I look at these, what if I have these ones just not in? I just want to try that. Or any of them in, for that matter. We're just trying things now. I might put it like that for now. Let's have a look with the cavity shader. And let's also come over to, not that one, but this one. It gives it kind of an eerie look. Okay, so small advancements as we move into this room. Okay, we'll do more in a bit. Thanks for watching.